Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jay Woods here with another episode of Kings Convo, where we talk about Kings, a little bit about the NBA, what's going on in the NBA, and we also try to have a little bit of fun too. Today, I got a real quick game review for you. It was the first game of the season, the home opener for the Kings. Unfortunately, the Kings lost 115-108. We are going to get into that next. Yeah, 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 yeah. To all my Kings fans, from Florin Road all the way to Arden Mall, what's going on with y'all out there? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you listening in. Please listen to the whole video if you're listening in. Help the channel out and give me a quick subscribe and a like. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. So the Kings just had their first game. Their home. It was at home. Their home opener on Wednesday. Um, I'm reviewing a few days later. I know it's a little late. We got our second game tonight. Today is Saturday. We're playing the Clippers tonight, so just want to get this quick review in. Um, so the Kings, they were kind of up and down all game. Um, Started off a little slow. De'Aaron Fox did hit the first point of the game. It was a three-pointer. Looked real nice. Good to see him hit three. He was actually hitting threes all game. So De'Aaron Fox with a three-point shot, that's pretty deadly. That would be great to see. De'Aaron did kind of get back to his old, some of the things he did last year. Like basically, it seemed like there was times when it was it was just him with the ball. He was taking it to the basket over and over, which is great. It's good to see him take the ball to the basket, and it's good, to know that we have somebody to go to the hole at the end of games, which he was pretty much doing at will. But the offense seemed to kind of stagnate a little bit at the end. Just kind of watching De'Aaron Fox go to work. Sabonis was getting beat up down low by Nurkic and the double teams, and he was getting just pounded on. He wasn't able to get his shot off, and on defense he was, all over the ground. Just, Sabonis is going to need a little bit of help down there. We're going to need a little bit of a bully down there somewhere. I don't know if we could find a power forward or something like that could help out with some strength and some rebounding, or if we just need to have some of the guys we have just help out down low. But we're not going to be able to. Sabonis is not going to be able to take that all year. It's just not going to be a winning situation if Sabonis is getting beat up every game the way he was. Um, what else do I have here? Kevin Herter looked great. Kevin Herter was hitting his threes. He shot really, really well. Too bad the rest of the team didn't. It was pretty much him and Fox that were hitting, and Terrence Davis off the bench looked good. But the Kings looked like a lot like they did last year at the end of the game. At the beginning of the game, they're kind of passing around, getting the ball around, but then by the end of the game, they just kind of looked like same old Kings from last year. A lot of ISO ball from De'Aaron Fox. And no D. The D got real soft at the end of the game. Also, Akpala didn't play the end of the game, which was kind of interesting. I don't know if it was his lack of offensive game, but Kings kind of fell into a couple slumps where they couldn't score for minutes on end. So some of that was a little hard to watch at times. So I just hope that the Kings don't fall into the same old things that they were doing last year, which was very unsuccessful basketball, to say the least. So that's pretty much the good, the bad, and the ugly. Um, I'm gonna have that's actually a good little split up right there. I'll probably start doing my shows in that format. I'll do the good, I'll do the bad, and I'll do the ugly. Um, Fox was getting frustrated out there too. A lot of no calls. Saw Fox arguing with the refs a lot. That was kind of interesting to say the least. We can't have him out there frustrated. And do you guys believe that Fox doesn't get calls? It does seem like a lot of contact doesn't get called when Fox goes to the rim. I don't know if it's because he makes the shots a lot, or if it's hard to see because he moves so quickly. But he does have a point on a lot of those drives to the basket, and where he's getting hit and there's no call. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes throughout the year too. Fox was really frustrated at one point of the game with some of the non-foul calls. So we don't want to see Fox out there frustrated. Probably need Mike Brown to step in at some of those no calls. Get Fox's back a little bit so he's not arguing and yapping at the ref so much. So
Yes, regardless.
yes, regardless, that's gonna have to happen. Um, Mike Brown is gonna have to get in there and speak to those refs and get De'Aaron away from the refs so he's not getting technical fouls and getting thrown out of the game. So what do you guys think? Comment below if you guys think De'Aaron is not getting calls, is not getting called fairly, is getting fouled. Uh, other players have had this problem in the past also. Shaq used to complain that he would get fouled and hit a lot with no call. Dwight Howard used to get a lot of texts because of that. There's been other players also that, those are big men though. There's been other players too that feel like they weren't getting enough calls. I want to say Allen Iverson. There was a lot of times where he would get to the hole and get knocked to the ground and he wouldn't get calls. So um, this De'Aaron's not the first, but he's definitely most recent player to just feel disrespected by the refs. And is it because he's on the Kings? Is it because we don't get national exposure? Is it because he's not an all-star? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Why doesn't De'Aaron Fox get foul calls? Or do you think he gets foul calls or called differently than other players? Let me know down below in the comments. I would like to know. And if you comment below, I will feature your comment on my next show. That's pretty much all I got. The Kings do have a game tonight. Oh yeah, did you guys see Barry Bonds and Ron Artest at the home opener? There's been a few little stars coming down to Sacramento and checking out the Kings games lately. That 50 Cent was here for a few games. There they go. Ron Artest, Barry Bonds, chucking it up, laughing it up in the front row last at the home opener, checking out a little bit of Kings action. Ron Artest used to play for the Kings. I'm not quite sure why Barry Bonds is there, but I do know Vivek Ranadive has a lot of business dealings, and he invites a lot of athletes and entertainers in on a lot of his business dealings. Like 50 Cent, I found out, was visiting. He has a liquor that he's promoting, and he wanted to see if he can get Vivek to sell his liquor some kind of way, or promote his liquor, some kind of business that they were discussing, and that's why 50 Cent was around so much during the summer, this past summer. So Vivek is always doing business deals, and he seems like he's always around entertainers and stars and such like that. So pretty cool. Good to get some bigger people, bigger stars, big business in Sacramento. We're not a Cowtown no more, so we're growing. So it'd be nice to get some bigger companies and some bigger business ventures out here in Sac also. So support the community, right?
Regardless.
So that's about all I got. I don't want to be running on at the lip. Hopefully the Kings can play a little bit better against the Clippers, maybe more consistently. Mike Brown even mentioned that he didn't even recognize the team that played opening night, saying they didn't play like the same way they were playing in preseason. A lot more passing, a lot more team basketball, and the team that played last night he didn't recognize. He said, or the team that played in the home opener he didn't recognize. Well, Mike Brown, it looked a lot like the team from last year. So Kings fans probably recognize that team, but hopefully Mike Brown will be able to whoop them into shape. Not whoop them into shape, but get these guys going. He's very detail oriented, and so far I like him as a coach. He yells at the guys, he coaches them up, he talks to them. So I do like Coach Brown's coaching so far. So we'll see how it goes with that. And that's about it. That's all I got. Please help the channel out. Please share this video or any of my videos on my channel. Press that like button, please. That definitely helps. Pressing that like button goes a long way for me. The channel is new. We're young, but we are growing. We would like to grow. So don't be afraid to subscribe. That's the best way you can help us out, is by subscribing. You'll get more great entertaining content like this in the future. And to all my kings and queens out there, I will hopefully see you later in the next video, and I'm out.